I know a lot of people that are really busy, mind can't shut down at all. And they're the ones that like, oh my God, I could never meditate. I couldn't sit there. So what I love about BrainTap is you don't have to do anything. You just put this on, turn it on, and it works on you, right? You're not
Right.
actively
Right.
doing anything, correct?
Correct. You don't have to, in fact, your willpower, you can check it at the door. It's not necessary in using the BrainTap because it works with the body systems. To give you an example, if you and I were to go to a mountaintop and there was no buses, horns, or anything like that, our body would sync to about 7.8 hertz frequency. They call that the Schumann frequency. That's the frequency of the earth. So that happens to be theta. If we were to go to the ocean and sit by the beach and hear the waves, it functions at about 10 hertz frequency. That's alpha. So our body's used to doing this through light, sound, and vibration. Just think about when we're supposed to sleep at night, we're supposed to wake up in the morning. Those are the light, sound, vibrations that happen on Earth all the time. So with our BrainTap, what happens is we figured out the algorithm, or I should say we've reinforced a new algorithm. When back in the early days, I was the one who wrote the programs. But now we've actually researched and licensed Dr. Kaplan's out of Moscow University. He's the expert at brainwave entrainment. So there's a certain amount of time that you should take somebody from beta to alpha to theta. And the brain literally gets invited. So think about it, it's like a dance of the brain waves. And if we can get the brain waves dancing correctly, that means when you're engaged in stressful activity, you're stressed. And when you're not engaged in stressful activity, your brain should disengage and rest, relax, rejuvenate. Unfortunately, what happens to a lot of people is that they get stressed and they hold on to it for weeks or months or years. I mean, they say the difference between babies and adults is babies cry, they get mad, they get over it. Adults get mad, they get angry, they form groups, they get badges, they start, communities. We kind of own those things. So we want to disassociate from the negatives and reassociate and engage in those positive experiences. And that's really, the BrainTap focuses on that. The other thing that the listeners might not know is with epigenetics, which means things that cause our genetics to either trigger or not, or fire, only 20% of your genetic makeup is your heredity. You aren't what you were born into. You are what you think about all day long, because they have actually proven that meditation, relaxation techniques trigger over 1,300 different genome functions, which means while you're meditating, you're changing your body's cellular structure and the way it interacts with the universe or the world. And so we're not subject to being what our parents were unless we like it and we want to be that way. But we actually have a choice. It's more the sum total of the books we read, the people we hang out with, the activities we're involved in. All of those play a part in triggering our genome.